Go Island is brought to you by German Auto Import Network.
Nanaimo City Council held its bi-weekly meeting on Monday, January the 27th. We're recapping some of the highlights for you today. Grayscale enters the Vancouver Island Short Film Festival, Bollywood dance hits Nanaimo, and a new edition of Clock. Not a lot of discussion about any issues in particular, more presentations than debate at Nanaimo City Council on Monday night. We're going to bring you some of the highlights with Nanaimo Mayor Ruttan later on this edition of Go Island. But first, as the Vancouver Island Short Film Festival approaches, we get behind the scenes of Grayscale. It's a short film production that was produced here in Nanaimo. Here with more is Derek Johnstone. You can get tickets to the Vancouver Island Short Film Festival, which runs next weekend, Feb 7 and 8, online, www.visff.com. It runs next weekend, as I mentioned. For a bigger picture on what you can expect from this year's festival, here's a trailer. And just to note that our very own Jocelyn Matway put that trailer together for the Vancouver Island Short Film Festival. Sasha Angus of the Nanaimo Economic Development Corporation presented sort of a recap, some highlights of the past year to City Council at Monday night's meeting. What were some of the highlights or some of the proud moments in that presentation for you, John?
Well, it was really good to see an upbeat discussion of business in Nanaimo. I think Sasha indicated that the people he talked to all were very optimistic for 2014, and there seemed to be really an upsurge in the economy from the local standpoint. There's all kinds of good things happening in Nanaimo, and I think that reflects it, you know. One of the challenges we're facing, of course, the dollar's a little soft, down around at about 90 cents, and you know, that's good and bad. It's wonderful for our industry, Harmac and Coastland and some of the others that are dependent on selling offshore are really enjoying a good time with the soft Canadian dollar. But imported goods coming in are more expensive. So
one of the things that came up in that report was the technology center.
Yes.
That is based around Inukton services. Tell me a bit about that.
Well, what it is, there's a group that are going to be developing, it's a tech center, and it's going to be near Divers Lake in Nanaimo. And what they want to do is put all of the innovative type of businesses in one location. And it's a very interesting idea, and I think the concept being that they'll be able to work together on projects that could be linked between them. So Inukton has had a very interesting past. They've done a great deal of work with particularly underwater submersible vessels, and they also do a lot of aerial things as well. I was surprised. They have devices that can climb buildings and do all kinds of weird and wonderful things. So I think this tech center is a winner. I think it's a great idea, and they're going to start on it in the very near future.
And you can, of course, see Sasha's report in full by visiting the City of Nanaimo website. Past council meetings are posted there for you to view, and it's itemized with agenda items, so it's really easy to get directly to the part of the council meeting that you're interested in particularly. What won't you see on there in that report that maybe you think Nanaimo could be working on as far as economic development?
Well, what wasn't included, but I think that the time has come, and that is, I think, a hotel tax will be along in the very near future. This is basically a tax of around 2% that is added to the bill for people staying in Nanaimo. This money is then put into a fund that is used at the discretion of the hotels to find a way to not only advertise what they're doing, but advertise the community as well. So most of the communities on Vancouver Island have it, and certainly the Lower Mainland, and we're looking forward to Nanaimo getting in behind that and promoting it. And I think it's a very big positive for Nanaimo to be able to have that tax in place and use the money for promotion purposes.
Excellent. Thank you. One of the things that Sasha also presented last night was an award-winning marketing campaign, or a video that is a part of it. It won an award from Tourism Vancouver Island. It's called We're Not Sorry. Have a look at that.
Vancouver Island is unapologetically Canadian. We're sorry that you have to take a cruise to get here, We're sorry if you've never had a Nanaimo bar in Nanaimo. Sorry if you get a little wet in Tofino, or if the locals are a little crabby in soup. We're sorry we kept our best places secret for so long, but we won't apologize for the best vacation you've ever had. You won't be sorry you visited.
East-West fusion for fun cultural exercise, and Todd takes a fall at the top. That's still ahead.
Did you know that there's a big difference between acute and chronic pain? Acute could be a pain in your hand that goes away within 0 to 3 to 6 months. Chronic pain actually is anything longer than that. The big difference is your nervous system is changed. So if you treat chronic pain like you treat acute pain, you're going to get further and further into chronic pain. We need to do different things for chronic pain.
You're watching Go Island. An East-West fusion dance style is quickly becoming a new craze. In Nanaimo, Bollywood dance is being offered for the first time by a woman who loves bringing this fun aspect of her culture to her new home here in Canada. Annette Lucas has more. And just to note that BB is a part of our small Shaw TV family. She's a volunteer on our studio production, a volunteer production called The Show that takes place every other Wednesday at our Boban Drive studio. It airs on Shaw TV on Tuesdays at 7 o'clock. There's a few other air dates there as well. And you can get the full schedule and more details on that production through our Facebook page, shawtv.cvi. Another presentation that was made at Monday night's Nanaimo City Council meeting had to do with the South Downtown Waterfront Initiative. The committee's been working hard behind the scenes for the past 6-7 months, and their results were put forward.
Right. Dr. Dave Whitty, who chairs the group, came forward and made a presentation to council last night. They've done an incredible job. Really, the information they've gathered and the presentation that they made really captured the whole issue that's so important. We still have a few more presentations that we want to see made. We do want to present to First Nations. Chief Doug White, the outgoing chief, and incoming Chief John Wesley have indicated they would like to get more information on procedures and policies, and that's the next thing we'll be presenting to them. It's a very exciting plan. It's almost 27 acres right on the waterfront, and the potential for that site is just limitless. I mean, we want to see a bus exchange down there at some point. We want to really make that area a transportation hub, and that's the direction we're going. But there's a lot of other things. The public is aware that we're working on the fast ferry concept still, and we're not there, but we're still making progress on it, and they would be located there as well. And it would truly be a transportation hub.
And it's quite an undertaking because there are so many different stakeholders,
Yes.
both municipal, federal, and provincial, on that one piece of property, that bringing them all to the table and getting them all on the same page, I don't imagine is an easy task.
Well, no, it's true. The Port Authority, which is a federal entity, is involved in it, and it abuts First Nations Shinimo's property at the end there, at the south end of it. And so, yeah, there's a lot of stakeholders, and the RDN, the Regional District of Nanaimo, are the operators of the bus. And so for the regional bus, we want them involved. I would certainly like to see some of the other long-haul bus operators, Tofino Bus and possibly Greyhound, look at that as a potential site in the future. And so it would truly be a transportation hub. And remember that if the ENN, and maybe I should be a little more optimistic and say when the ENN starts off, remember the first train of the day leaving Nanaimo for Victoria is scheduled to leave very early, around 6:30, and leave from that Wilcox Yard, from that property, and go straight to Victoria, then come back up to Courtenay, back down to Victoria, and then the final run of the day in the evening would come back to the Wilcox property on the waterfront.
Lots of great ideas, lots of encouraging news, lots of details still to put into place. To get updated on the details specifically, the waterfront, South Downtown Waterfront Initiative does have a website, and lots of the information is posted there. We'll be back with more after a short break. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4. An interesting thing that came up at Nanaimo City Council meeting on Monday night was a new crime mapping application. It's a part of the City of Nanaimo website. It's live now. You can check it out, www.nanaimo.ca/crime reporting. And what the RCMP does is take reports of their crimes and information that they have and put it onto the website so you can see what's gone on quite a ways back in history in your very own neighborhood or any other areas in Nanaimo that you might be interested in. A couple of boys who are out working on some kind of maps of their own, nothing to do with crime, is our very own Todd Jones and Derek Johnstone. It's a brand new edition of Clocked. And so they win again. We've been getting a few complaints that my clues are too hard, and I don't buy it for a second because they keep winning. Falling down on their butts, yes, but still winning nonetheless. I need help. If you've got ideas for Clocked, send me an email, kate.bergen@sjrb.ca. Let's stump these guys. Come on, I've only won 4 out of, 18? Thanks for watching this edition of Go. We'll see you next time.
Go Island is brought to you by German Auto Import Network. Clothing supplied by Catwalk Fashions. Kate's Hair and Aesthetics provided by Maffeo Salon.